Last year was the 100-year anniversary of the Representation of the People Act in the UK in 1918, which gave some women the vote and all men the vote. The Baths wanted to celebrate this and applied to funding to the Scottish Government to create our own specific Govanhill Suffrage project, where we wanted to focus on working class women, local women, and to think about what Govanhill was like then, what languages were spoken, what communities lived here.
I was at a meeting for women when Mr. Churchill walked in and made some sneering remark. I was so incensed that I stood up and I shouted. I don't remember what, as they pounced on me straight away. And although I didn't resist, they threw me down the stairs. I found this unnecessary. Some kindly police officer, he caught me and he held me until I regained my composure. Then he turned round and he said, "You are the gentlest suffragette I have ever seen." I looked at him and I said, "I did not come here as a suffragette, but I am one now."
When we were researching the topic, we came across information about how important bikes were in the suffrage movement and to women's emancipation in other areas. So we got in touch with Bikes for Good, which is a local bike social enterprise. We decided to create a bike ride, and we printed out the information and some images and laminated them so that at each location we could leave a display of why this location was important to the suffragettes and the suffragists 100 years ago.
You might have seen or heard about some of the actions that some of the ladies have been taking. They've been seen doing things like smashing windows and blowing up letterboxes. But I speak on behalf of the women that can't simply leave their jobs in the middle of the day or leave their families and attend marches and things like that. These women and men need radical change. We need better working conditions, we need equal pay, and we need equal rights. We really, really need all of these things. And of course the vote is important as it would allow us to create this change, but we need much more than the political vote. This has got to stop. And the changes we make today do not just affect us, they affect generations of women in the future. So please, join me in the fight for equality.
This project has been a very collaborative project. We worked with Claire Thompson from Strong Women of Clydeside. That's a group of artists, activists and local historians in Govanhill.
My name's Helen Domain, I'm a visual artist and I worked on the Govanhill Baths Women's Suffrage banner that you see behind me. We worked with a number of schools. We worked with the Annette Street Primary School, some children there, and a group at Shawlands Academy, their LGBT social group. So a lot of the text that's included in the banner, we have various translations of famous slogans that suffragettes use, well specifically the suffragettes in this case. This is deeds not words in Polish.
I think anybody that comes into the exhibition will get something from it. There's kind of quite a lot in the exhibition. There's all these key activists and key actions and meetings that took place in the area, if that's your focus, Govanhill. There's also there's information about how important jiu-jitsu, the martial art, was to the suffrage movement, and bikes, and then, particularly in Govanhill and in Glasgow, the Irish connection with Margaret Skinnader and Countess Markievicz. So there's a lot that people can engage with. And really, I suppose it depends on, what their perspective is, what they get most out of. There is the response that people have had when they come in is they love the space and they love the exhibition. they can't believe all this stuff went on. They love the banner. They love how the children, the Annette Street Primary and Sholas Academy pupils were involved in making the banner with the artists in residence Hill and Domain, and how those ideas that came out of the workshop were interpreted into the banner. So people seem to get a lot out of the exhibition and kind of want to see more. Someone came in yesterday and said, oh, you have to do this again next year. You have to do, what are you going to do next year? You have to do something else next year.